because I got vacation. Gonna see if someone shows up. And I'm not sure if I took everything with me that I should. So you have to see if someone comes. So it's my first vacation day if someone turns up. I don't know because I never tell people I'm gonna do this. I'm terrible when it comes to life, and maybe that's why it's called spontaneous. And the weather sucks for the moment, but at least I've been outside this morning. Hello Dizzy, nice to see you. How are you? And like I said, it's my first vacation day, and this is a spontaneous live stream because I never tell people that I'm going live because I don't really like going live that type of way. It's one thing to be a guest in another live stream with people that are more used to be live, if you know what I mean. So what are you doing today, Dizzy? Or tonight? Maybe it's late or very early where you are. I don't know. I have done a small little clutter today, so I have gone through some of my clothes because I still need to get rid of things, but sometimes it's a little hard to do that too because you want to keep some things. I'm very good at things because I'm off and I'm not gonna work for 3 weeks, and so that's perfect. I'm waiting for another girl from Instagram to actually tell me when she can go for a fika or something this week. So she actually live in my town, so that was nice to actually maybe meet someone that is more alternative for a change and not just see those boring mainstream people all the time that don't want to do the things I want to do, or that type of things, and not the same interests. You know what I mean, they say, because we are the same. We like the little other type of stuff, the little more darker stuff, and other type of music, and so, and other type of way to dress and look like too. So even if I'm not that extreme like some are, but I'm still me. And it's my birthday month too, so I'm looking forward to see what's gonna end up, and hopefully next week we're gonna do much more. Hello Gary, hope you are doing okay. And this week I actually hope that I can go to Torpa Stenhus, or like we called Stonehouse, and I have been there before and done videos too, but I wanted to go this week to see if something has changed during the time, because I think it's at least 1 or 2 years since I was there last time. And then we also plan, when Trevor goes on vacation, he still works this week, so we're planning actually go to a ghost museum here in town, a haunted museum. And I don't know if you heard about the Laxton ghost hunters or whatever you should call them. So they have a museum here in town, and we are gonna go there hopefully. Mm. Yeah, sometimes it can be very hard, and most of my videos just before today I done in advance. I didn't have to film anything for some weeks, so that was actually really nice to actually don't have to do that hassle and just take off the weekends, because I don't feel the pressure that I need to do things all the time. And sorry for the lightning, I think it's different lights from outside because I'm sitting by the window right now, so I don't have any ring light or something like that, so I look a little strange right now, but I can't change that type of lighting in my camera either, so just hope it goes back to normal or I have to move to another place, I don't know. But what I said, that we hope that we can go to this ghost hunting place too, and of course I need to start reading the book. I have started with some pages and chapters in the book that Budgie from Sue and the Banshees have wrote, so that's gonna be interesting too. I don't even know what you're telling because I can't speak that type of language. I guess it's some type of Arabic type of things. So please keep to English or Swedish. That's the language I actually can. I can a tiny bit of German too, but I forgot the most of it because it's gone so many years since I actually used it. So, but yeah. And this he took something away from there, so I don't know what he wanted to ask or say or something. Yeah, but we have a little other plans too, but it depends on where we're going in south of Sweden or like to the east coast or something that we haven't been that before. But it's also long distance to everything, and I looked into how much it should cost to pay for sleep over in some hostel or something, and it's so expensive nowadays. I don't even know what they take so much for, because you don't even get any food on the place. Some places don't even have that on the place. You need to shop that on the way, and I'm not sure I want to do that all the time. Of course, you're motivating. You do all those shout outs all the time. This is, so you don't have to be worried that you're not motivating people and that type of things. I think it's more that motivate yourself too, so you don't forget yourself in that big run too, because it's easy to support others and forget yourself in that big run. And I think that's why many maybe feel a bit exhausted when they're going to do videos on that, because you feel the pressure that you have to be like the big ones or the popular ones. So you need to do all that type of things. And I also want to say thank you very much for my last video. I didn't expect it to be that popular, about the white goth haul and white goth inspired haul, because I thought, okay, it's a haul, it's probably gonna do a little better than the usual videos, because people seem to be more interested in that type of things, and I'm not just haul. But recently, I know the last weeks have been just hauls, so I'm sorry about that. But I want to do something more about music, but I also want to do something about what I'm gonna do during the vacation too. So that's why gonna try to film as much as possible, especially if I do something a little more fun for the moment. So you can see that you don't have to stick inside just one box. Uh, yeah, you can meme dude 2025. Welcome, welcome. uh, So yeah, so I hope I can do a little other type of videos too, especially about music and that. And it's some bands that I follow and everything, and sometimes put up in my community tab too, that I can recommend very much, because they're very nice back too. Via Flash, for example, always respond and always very nice back, and they even follow me on Instagram. So I feel very honored that they actually do that. And another band that is very good at that type of things too is Mina Darkway, and then you got Colux and got Fnatic. We can't forget either, because he's a very good goth YouTuber too, that the most of us know that are following me and following Star Raven Gothic Eternity and us, because he is a musician but he's also a YouTuber in that type of case. You're welcome. And yeah, and of course there's a lot of other bands too. Susie Sabotage, always very good at that type of things, and I know she support a lot of type of things. Some people want to say golf is not about politics, but it's a little wrong about it too, because politics can, it's not just about politics itself, it's how people are treating each other and how we can live in a safe world, and how the world now going everywhere. So we need to support that type of things too, because it's madness everywhere. And go always so surprised that no one is stepping forward and do much more than they do. Yeah, it's much focus on Gaza and that type of area too, but don't forget that Ukraine is over 3 years now, and I follow some of the alternative people that also have their own businesses. They still have to work and deal with all those type of things, and it's still war. They got bombs over their heads all the time, and I'm so happy every time I see a post from them, because then I know they are still there anyway, and they are strong people. And of course, you see all things going on in US for the moment too, and I'm really worried over my friends over in US too, because you never know. I don't even know how he can continue where it is, and then you have all the others in the rest of the world. It's crazy, it's crazy. And on top of that, you have everything goes on with the nature too. So yeah. Hello Phoenix, nice to see you. I hope you don't have to go by train right now. So, but at least everything's sorted with your latest type of things, so you don't have to worry about that type of things. Because I know train can be a hassle even for me, even if I if I work that type of way proper. So, but I have my difficulties sometimes too. And I think that's why I now was thinking that I'm gonna try to go on my walks early in the morning, So at least I know that I have done all my exercise that type of way, because when you don't work, it's very easy to be very lazy and that type of stuff too. And I don't want to be too lazy either, because I'm coming back to a very physical job, so I need to keep up that type of things too. And yeah, and I have many thoughts in my head what I'm gonna do to autumn about things, but right now is focus on the vacation, and hopefully I can give you a little different type of videos too. And hopefully after vacations gonna start do a little more do-it-yourself project, and maybe I'll start filming already during my vacation, because I have all time in the world. And if I do it this week, Trevor is working, so he don't have to be annoyed that I lock myself into one of the room, because we have a small flat and it's open solution in the rest. And if I'm locked into one room, he can't go there, so he need to know that he have everything, and I need to know that I have everything I need to for the moment. So, but sorry for the lightning day. It's bad weather today, so it go forwards and backwards. uh, yeah, that's good to hear, Phoenix, because it sounded like it was not that fun, especially when you're not feeling well. And it's not supposed to take you down that long after either, just because you need to go somewhere that is a far distance. So, and what are you others doing in August? Because now I'm counting down to my birthday too. It's my birthday month. And funny fact is, it seems like it's a lot of people that have the birthday now in August too. So it's gonna be fun. And I'm a little curious what Trevor had bought to me too, because I know he already done that. So, but it's probably something from what I wanted to have anyway, so I don't have to be worried about that part. It's just that you never know with the things before you got them if they are what you wanted them to be. So you see, and of course I have a little more ideas in my head too, and I should want to support my friends a little more on YouTube too that have channels that they want that, but I can't afford really to pay all the type of membership all the time to everyone. I have a lot of people I follow. Many have already membership way before, so I hope that my support at least is when I put them in my community tabs and do the shout outs and everything. There are so many good YouTubers, even new ones now, so I think you should go and look at them. If you follow my community tab, you can see a lot of that. If you want to know a lot about music, I can recommend By Candlelight. Dan is perfect to describe music in a way that makes you very interested too. So even if you haven't heard about some of the bands maybe, so he can his thing, and he can music too. He plays different things. So it's not just a person that just tell you about something bad. He knows the music, how it works too. So he can describe it from another type of view. And I admire his memory too, because I don't remember so much. And when you go on camera and everything, so I go completely blank. So I forgot everything, and that is annoying. And I don't want to read from paper completely all the time, but that's mainly what I have to do. Maybe it's my age, I don't know. Started getting bad memory now because I start getting old. So yeah, and of course we have other that can give you inspiration, so look around for things. You have Star Raven Gothic Eternity, and she just reached 10k, and she want to get to 13k before Halloween, and I really hope she's gonna get it, because that's her way to work. And she also have now her website where she sell things she have made herself, or at least done created the printing on t-shirts and that type of things too, and they are awesome. And she got headpieces that is awesome too. She have badges too, so if you don't want to have something big or something, you can put that on your clothes. And they have pictures, and they have some type of words about different things that we got for used to have to tell people all the time anyway. So I think you can support her too. And we got Aqua Coffee. Uh, she's very new, but already from start she did a lot of high quality on her things. And the Lady Rowena is another one. And I'm not gonna continue to name dropping too much, because if you follow my community tab, you're gonna discover them all. And yeah, of course we have also subscribers that are they're amazing, and Some of them are also YouTubers too, so I forgot, like Miss Marzipan is one of them that I really love too. Uh, is there something you want to ask me about when you're here? So I don't just babble about everything and nothing, because it's vacation day and I'm gonna take a little drink too. I drink something that is called Pandy, and it's actually good for even for vegans. It don't have sugar and that type of thing, so that suits me. And I recently also got papers from my surgery team. People that have followed me for a longer time know that it's soon 2 years since I had my surgery. I did a gastric bypass, but it was not just for my weight. It was actually mainly for my very bad sleep apnea by the time. And now I got paid for the 2 years follow up, and they wanted to have that because they do researches and that type of things, and maybe they're gonna help others in the future too. So I had to fill them in, and I was thinking, oh gosh, what time is flying, because 2 years from now, I went on my liquid diet before the surgery, and I have started to walk a lot and everything. So the walk I did this morning reminded me about those days when I started to prepare for the surgery too. Good morning, the Brits. Ah, it's nice if you can hear about new ones too, Phoenix, because they are great, everyone, and everybody is so nice. So I think go and check them out, because they always have positivity and that type of things, and some have their bloopers too, like Eldergoth. I call it Audi or something. I'm not sure how I should pronounce it, but she do her bloopers too, and I do love it. It reminds about an old YouTuber that is not here anymore, that did her channel here to Oracle Sanctuary, I think she was called, but she stopped doing YouTube videos. But I'm still following her on Instagram, and she is actually doing music now. Did you know that? It's metal music, because we know she was more into the metal music than goth, but she actually do it now. She do music, and yeah, she lives in Russia, but she is born in New Zealand from start. But no, no, her husband is from New Zealand, so she had lived there, but she back with him for some years ago. They moved back to Russia, and yeah, it's war and everything and that. But I don't say anything bad about Russian people, because I know many don't want to have the war. It's a little lucky when you go to other countries too. It's not the people who want to have the war; it's the people with the money and the, you know which side I mean, not the one that we like anyway. so so it's really nice to see that she got her dream coming now. So I think she said something about she have now started or gonna release an album or something. So that is exciting news too. So I'm looking forward if she gonna release some type of teasers on Instagram. I have to think about what the word I should use was, but teaser was the word I was looking for. So yeah, it's fun to see when people actually can live their dreams and actually gonna get things started. What's up? I have vacation and I'm just sitting here and killing some time for the moment. Yeah, I had little plans. I'm gonna go to Torpa Stenhus or Stonehouse. I have done videos about it before, but it's gone some years since I was there last time. And I thought I should go this week when Travis is still working, because he's not interested to go back to the same old places like he said. He is that type of things. He wants to have changes. So I thought I should do that, and hopefully I'm gonna meet one of my subscribers here. They started to follow me first on YouTube, and they follow me on Instagram, and it shows out that she lives in the same city. So we're now talking about going out and taking the fika. Fika is a Swedish word for having a coffee or something with a bun or whatever, and sit and have a nice time together in a coffee shop or whatever we feel for. Hello, nail art tech. I guess you are good at nails. I'm not good at nails. I'm just making myself to survive my work, so it maybe don't look that good, but actually it works for me anyway. So, but one day when I go on pension or something, maybe I can go to someone which is professional and feel that is something they're gonna stay, because they can't promise me that my nails gonna survive my work, because I work with car parts in a warehouse, so it kills everything that is called nails, and you can't directly have them long either. So it's not fun to go to a place like that and get them maybe very fancy looking, maybe very goth like too. I see amazing type of videos where they do all those cool things with them, and they look so awesome. And I wish I could have it, but I can't. And I'm not sure I can have that long either, because if I create things, I have my finger handicap, and I want to be able to use my fingers and feel what I'm doing too. So yeah, sometimes it's not that easy. Yeah, but Oracle, like I said, I'm also looking forward to hear the result and everything, and I'm so excited for it too. So even if it's metal music, I can do listen to other things, and I always point that out, that if even if you're a goth, you can listen to a lot of other stuff too. I do that too, and some music is after my mood too. So if I feel in a shitty mood, metal is perfect. It's a way to let out all the anger and frustration from your system too, without having to go and punch someone else in the face or something. At least you're not gonna be end up in jail or something after that. So yeah. And I do hope that my friend Star Raven Gothic Eternity soon gonna do a new live stream together with everyone, because I'm still looking forward for the one with the vampire team, because I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, but it's coming other things in between, and of course other things are happening, and maybe it need to cool down a little bit more too, because you're gonna dress up with everything, and so you don't want to be too hot either, just because you had to add everything and maybe dress in a certain way. So yeah, we're looking forward to that type of things too, because I so want to be my vampire things too. And I do have my latest necklace I bought from Evelina. No, I forgot Moray or something like that. That is from New Zealand. That do all those awesome jewelry. She's an artist too. She sings and do music. She create jewelry. She do bags and a lot of other stuff, and even art. And this is really great. And this came from a collab with the Vampire Jackson or something he called. That is an American. So I'm really happy that I actually could afford to get it, because I did it when she had on Eldergoth. They had a big percentage off, even if the custom fees and the other things ate it up. So it costed more than it should do if I didn't have all those fees. But for me, I still could be able to afford this, and this is a really nice statement piece. This ankh, and everybody that knows me knows that I love my ankhs. Ankhs is something that is very important for me. I'm not gonna go into that, but I use them because they mean a lot for me in a lot of different things. And I always wear at least one ankh. I always have this ring, and I have an ankh on one of my tattoos too. So I always have something that is ankh related with me all the time. Even if I don't wear necklaces and that type of jewelry all the time. I have ankh earrings now too. I'm not sure you can see that because of the hair. And yeah, the hair is getting better too. Uh, I was a little sad for a while. Still a lot to do, and still have to grow out a lot more, because it's still too short for my liking, because I like it a bit longer. But like my hairdresser said last time, she cut it and everything, and she said we need to do something so it grows stronger. But it's coming, because you could see that it's coming here, but unfortunately it's not coming as fast, and because I'm so light too in my color, so it looks like you don't have that much sometimes, but it's getting better, much better than before. So I'm relieved that it's not gonna stay in that condition at least forever, but it just takes time. You need to be patient, and at least for a woman it's hard to lose hair. I know it's very hard for guys to lose hair too, especially if they are young, because there's nothing you can do really against it, because it's your body and you can't win all the time. And time flies. So it's soon 2 years since I did that surgery, and I'm so happy that I got rid of my sleep apnea and even the high blood pressure medication. So losing weight was a bonus for it. So, and I also did declutter even today, because I need to be honest with myself, and there's been some of the things I haven't gone through, like t-shirts and that type of things, so I needed to go through. So I have a big bag now I'm gonna give away, but I also have 2 t-shirts that I have mailed to Lucky. If he might be interested, if that's the right size, because they are way too big for me now, so I can't wear it. It's not gonna look good anyway. But I know that he gonna love at least one of the thing because it have to do with Corpse Bride, Tim Burton, and I know he's a big fan of Nightmare on Christmas and that type of things. Uh, yeah, it's sometimes it's grow very slow, and I can understand that. And sometimes I understand that guys maybe think it's easier to just shave it off. Trevor is just the same, but I wish that he kept a little more hair on top of his head. I like when they shave this part away because I'm not really a beard person, even if my dad always have it. So it's strange that they usually say that girls that grow up with fathers with beard and that type of things, you like that, but for some reason I never liked facial hair, and I don't know if that has to do with my swimmer thing or something, because swimmers always shaved the body and that other thing, because we had that in mind that uh, you could swim faster without all the hair. Ridiculous thoughts, but maybe it works. I don't know if they have proved that right, but I know that a lot of guys even took away all the hair because they thought that should give better result in the water too, even if it's not just maybe a big time, but maybe could be a little bit different, because you know when it got started with those swim clothing that was inspired by sharks in the structure, some help the swimmer to swim faster. So maybe something like that. So I never been that type of, but I can admit that some guys can look very good in bed and that type of things too. But it's not my thing. I like it smooth. Trevor don't agree in that part, so we always have a little bit discussion about that bit. But I can't decide on him. It's still his body, so he do whatever he do. And I thought he looked cute with some hair on his head too, but he refused to have it. He think, oh, it's so hard to do and that, and he don't like to use products other in it. So, but I don't use that much either. It's just some hairspray, something like that, and put it up with some hair clips or whatever. Funny Phoenix. I don't think you're gonna look like a grave without it, but I think it's more about what makes you feel bad about yourself. If you like have you look like a bad, of course you're gonna have a bad. It's like telling a goth you can't look goth because we don't like that type of things. And I think that's maybe a reason why my last video went that good. I was surprised that it's already that fast in so many views, because it's more than it usually are on my ordinary ones. And in only 2 days too, it went up so fast. And I think it's that maybe it has something to do with that if you live in a place where you're not allowed to look like you want, and many people don't want them to be dressed in all black, and that says something about the devil worship and whatever they blame it on. So maybe it's easy to get in some type of outfits if they are white. I think that's maybe one of the reasons. And of course, it's very hot this year too. Even in Sweden, it's been unusually hot. But now outside, it's not that hot. But the problem is that our flats is not coping up because if they have got warm, because they are built for keeping the heat, it's not meant to let it out. No matter what we do, and air conditioning is not that often in other places too. So it's still very hot inside, even if it's okay temperature outside. So but they say it's gonna start getting hotter again, and I was hoping that it should not, because I want to have energy to go and do things. And we have some plans about what we want to do, but we haven't decided exactly what to do because everything is far away. So you have to travel at least 3-4 hours minimum to get there, and maybe sleep over on some places sometimes. And not hot summer in US. I heard the difference from my friends, but maybe it depends on where in US, because it's very big, I guess. And depending on what you're used to. Yeah, I live in a part of Sweden that is very humid even during winter. So that makes the temperature go very hard, and we're not used to high temperatures too. So the humidity makes it harder, and even people that have wrote books about the military strategy and that type of things, and when it comes to clothing, they said it's really hard to dress proper here, because if you go up in northern part of Sweden, you have so much drier uh, air, so that is much easier to dress after how cold it is. But coming down here, all this humidity, this goes through the clothes even if you have good ones. So he said it's much more harder down here to do it, and people don't believe that sometimes. I heard something similar about people in UK too, and even people that moved or be in UK this summer, because they had very hot weather in UK too, but I understand, and the humidity can be bad there too. And there were people that actually came from those type of countries that were used to much warmer weather, but I said because of this humidity, they couldn't imagine it should actually be worse, but it was. So you can tell. No, I don't cope that well with the heat others. Yeah, it's very different weather compared. And I live close to Gothenburg in Sweden, on the west side of the southern part of Sweden. So we got a lot of humidity over here, so that makes it even harder, no matter if it's warm or cold weather. Hi Craig, I'm doing fine. It's my first real vacation day of 3 weeks off work now, so I'm looking forward to that, and I have plans for the week too, but I'm not sure how much I'm gonna do this week because Trevor is still working, so I can't just drop all the money in 1 week, and we can't afford to do something with the 2 weeks we're gonna be together on vacation. So, and we're going away for things too, and the things are costs. And I hope I can do little other type of videos, like I said before, and not just hosted like it has been lately. I'm very sorry, but I need clothes too, and I wanted to get things done before vacation too, so I know that I had clothing for different type of occasions, and even if I go to things where people maybe not accept people that are completely black, so that's why I thought I should maybe like to have this white look too, or maybe integrate more white with the black, so it's calm down people, so they don't just see this thing that they assume you are a devil worshipper or whatever they think about it, because they think it's ridiculous, but that's how people are still, and it's sad. And I want to be me, so I thought if I can find things that are white goth type of style, so that works fine for me too. And of course I want to create things too, but the madness is everything is so expensive, and I can't find the things I want to find either. And I see on other pages in other countries that they have so much amazing stuff, and it's so hard to get them to Sweden, and it's very expensive for me too to get them, and sometimes the tax fees is eating up the value anyway. So that's why I don't even try to sell something, because I shouldn't be able to take pay for everything, and I don't want to live that type of way too, and it can be a problem because they want to take taxes from you too, and you're gonna pay that type of things too. Yeah, and we usually have clubs back in the days when I was younger. Usually went to, especially in Gothenburg, because I live maybe 30-40 minutes away from Gothenburg with car when you go on the highway. So they had this team once in a while, when I say golf, white golf team, so everybody should come dressed in that type of team. Of course you could come in black clothes too, but they wanted to get people to dress in a certain way as much as possible, and this was actually really nice to see. And you know, when you come in, the UV light on the dance floor and everything too, so it looks even better than, because you know, UV light and white clothes, and that effect it has. So it was amazing to watch them. Yeah, and if you do it in a good way, so you still can be very goth even if you're a white dress too. So I want to take away some of the statements that people try to put on people, that they feel forced to look in a certain way. It's like makeup and whatever. Uh, You don't have to do the most extreme if you don't want to. If you want to be very extreme, be extreme. It's still you, as long as you feel comfy and confident in your style. So no one can take you down just because you dress or look like you want to. And it's the same with the color of the clothes. You don't have to be black dressed and that type of thing. Go back to the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even a big bit in the beginning of 2000. It was a lot of colors also, even if many like me had black as a base, and then we put colors. And especially when we have a lot of those synthetic dreads in the hair. I had it too. So if I had blue synthetic dreads, I could have black clothes with blue bits in my clothing too to match the blue. If I had red things in my clothing and so on. So we did put in colors in our outfits too. So it was not just completely black. But I think black is the thing I feel most confident in, and it's also much easier to have, especially when you start aging and maybe can't have those typically teenage type of inspired clothing. So yeah, then it might be better to go with without too many extreme prints and that type of things too. You can have it on t-shirts, but on ordinary things it's better to keep it more simple, add accessories instead, and you can make your own accessories too. No, you can't force a thing, and you need to feel confident in it too. So I always say to people, try different styles and try that, and don't just look at the most popular ones, the most popular influencers, because they're gonna tell you this is the only style they're gonna be. If you're not that, you're a poser, or you just don't know everything, or blah blah blah. They say, but it's not. That's not the fact. Just look at Angela Benedict for an example. She dressed in colors too, and she don't have the most extreme eyeliners type of things. She have a very good makeup look too, that is more toned down in that type of way, even if it's more than maybe some people have every day. So you can still look off that way. So it's not about how much or less or whatever, or it's completely black. Do it your thing. I know other people that inspire you to put together your own style. Do thrift shopping. Don't look at the color. Look, can I make it goth? And I think it's one Mallory something I follow. I know she mainly do shorts. I have put that in my community tab too. So if you scroll down in that, you're gonna find her. And she is into this 80s or goth type of style too. So she compare not just goth, she do 80s type of style too. And like she said, she mainly have thrifted things. And when she go out and buy things, she said, try to not focus on a certain look. Try to see what this part of the item can do for you. And can you make it you, and can you make it that style you want? And like she said, the 80s cloth didn't buy 80s cloth. They bought like the 50s and the 60s type of clothing and put it on, or nightwear, whatever. But they made it their own style, and they made it goth in that type of way. It's up to you. Hello, Miss Marzipan. How is Stockholm today? Uh, and I'm still looking forward to see the videos from everything you've been to. Much love to you back too. And love to everyone that is watching this. It was not the plan as usual. I just do everything spontaneous. Stockholm is nice. Here it's very raining in Borås right now, so but it was nice in the morning because I went out for a walk, and I walked for over an hour. So at least I did it before all the rain. But they say it's gonna start being better over the week, so we have to see. Ooh, I'm looking forward to seeing VGT. I have seen from other people when they have uploaded, like Chris and other people, the Random Goth couple. I think they had something up too, if I don't remember totally wrong. Yeah, love to everyone, and thank you for the support too, and that means a lot. And I hope to reach 4,000 too this year, so I can do a big giveaway again, because I want to give people something back for their support. That means a lot. I'm not a big YouTuber that type of way. I don't maybe do the most fancy videos either, because I feel a little too old to learn about how to do all the type of things, and I keep it simple instead. I have people that have said, oh, your videos could be better if you didn't do that type of angle, or show things in that type of way, blah blah blah. but that's me. I keep it simple. You have YouTubers that do it much better. If you want to see it's more professional, go to them instead. At least I hope I can give inspiration. Oh, you met them. They must be very nice to meet them too. They seem Connor and Lynn seems like very nice people too. So I bet they were nice to meet them there. And I think this year maybe it went better for them if I remember right from the first time they went to VGT when they didn't know how it worked like because if people that is here, VGT is the biggest one in Germany every year for golf festivals. But it's not, it's just one place. You have to travel around. But what I understand that if you have this festival pass, you can actually go for free on all the community buses and trains. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, they're coming to Sweden. Are going to subculture and something else? Did they mention that? I wish I could go to Subculture this year, at least on a Saturday, but unfortunately they were playing not the band I wanted to see on the Saturday, so I didn't think it was worth to go for just one day. I wanted to maybe go to the Victorian picnic in Vänersborg that Saturday, but it's a little far away from me to go just for that thing. Ah, yeah, maybe go to Stockholm too. I don't know because they probably know a lot of the Stockholm's golf YouTubers too, so or the Stockholm's golf anyways, because I know a lot of them know each other since years back. But I don't want to talk too much about the Stockholm golfs because there's some of them that I actually lost a bit of the respect of the Subcool Festival. So I'm really sorry to say it, but back then I still was a big girl and the way they treated me on Subcool Festival and was not nice. And then I started to realize what the American golfs that was bigger YouTubers too was telling about when I met those people abroad too on different festivals. So I don't want to mention name because it's up to people to discover. Maybe they like those people and maybe they have the right type of style, so they have another type of connection. So, but it's also this West Coast and East Coast, Göteborg, Gothenburg towards Stockholm in Sweden too. So it's always this little war. I guess it's the same when it comes to other countries. You always have one part that think the other part is, you know. I can say they were not treating me directly that well, and because Trevor forced me forward, because I can be very shy when I meet new people, and I knew already that maybe they shouldn't like me that type of way, and it was at least some that was nice to me that, but that person's friends was even dragging that person away from me when we were dancing to music in one of the concert things. So I realized that they don't like people if you don't look in a certain way. And back then I was much bigger, so I understand that if you're not looking in a certain way, you don't fit in that group. That is the only thing I could say. And I'm not that kind of person. I don't think it should be judged after how you look like or if you're golf enough or whatever, because I was dressed very golf, but yeah, I was a big girl. Yeah, and that's why I don't want to mention, because I don't want to be the person that spread that. But I was very disappointed because I know that one of them usually talk about that people should, if they want to meet people, go out on your own and that type of thing. Go to festivals, go abroad to festivals and that. And that was one of the person that was treating me worst. So, and I know he's a very popular person too, but I'm not gonna mention name because I'm not that type of person. But for me, it was a bad experience. And they haven't met me now since I lost that much in weight too, and that makes me very scared always when I'm gonna meet new people too, because they maybe have a picture in the head how you're gonna look like, and I'm afraid that they're only gonna see a person that is not like that one, because I don't know how people look at me even on videos or pics and that type of things, and maybe they get disappointed. And I know some people also have reacted that I'm taller than I thought I should be, because of some reason some people think I'm a shorty, but I'm actually 5'8", so I'm a tall person for being a girl at least. Um, Have a good day, the Brits, and thank you for watching. Very nice to see you here. So yeah, that's why I always say to people, be nice to each other, because you don't know what's going on, and you don't know if you are the one that's gonna push them over the edge. Because we have, even on YouTube, when it comes outside the golf world, seen people that been very big golf YouTubers for their things. One of the cases was about a woman that has done a lot for saving animals, rescue animals, and she had problems also with her mental health and that type of things, and this was the people that was pushing her over the edge, and this actually ended up that she committed suicide, and she left a family, she left small kids and that type of things, and she did so much, but still ugly people did that, so she decided to end it. So be nice. You don't know what a person struggle with. It can be things you can't even see. A person can look fine, always look happy and that type of things, and they still battle their own battles when you don't see it. Um, Thank you. Thank you both, Miss Marzipan and Phoenix. So yeah, that's what I always try to tell people, and it's like when I got comments too that they don't think I look right or too old or whatever they tell me, or stop looking like that, and you know everything that a golf YouTuber can get. So that's why I say, if you don't like it, just go to next channel. You're probably gonna find something you like that instead. So let people be who they are, as long as you don't harm others and that type of thing. Let them be who they are, because we can't be just the same, everyone. The world should be so much more boring if everyone should be just exactly the same, like everything the same, look just the same, and do everything just the same. It's not the world I should want to live in anyway, because I like it when people are different. And you don't have to be a goth to be my friend either, as long as you're a nice person. So I think more people should be that open, and that's why I don't give a fuck what you are. If you are a he, she, it, is, they, them. As long as you are nice, you are welcome to me, and you should feel safe in my. Sometimes I drop the word because English is my second whatever. I know what I should say in Swedish, but I want people to feel safe, to be themselves, no matter what you are for kind of person, as long as you're nice. Yeah, that's the only thing that counts, Craig, because people should be able to be themselves no matter what they are. And when I grew up back in the days, all the people that was not mainstream was actually hanging together. So it was not just we that was goth before we even knew about goth, because that was back in the 80s, and some things didn't come that fast over to Sweden back then. But I knew I was different. I was already listening to certain type of music. I didn't fit into the punk. I didn't fit to the metal part and that type of things. But I could still listen. But it's what all of us was hanging together, and that was the nice things, that we could actually be together. And even if we didn't like everything 100% what the other person was listening to the whole time, so we could still, okay, you play your thing now, and as soon as my time to play something. So it doesn't matter, we stick together, and we stick together against the mainstream people that didn't like us, because we were not like them. So that's why I think that it doesn't matter if you feel for something else. If you want to, if you are a male, even if you're not a trans person, and feel for having a dress, have a dress. I don't care. If you like to wear a dress, wear it. It's you. And no matter if you want to dress black, dress black. If you want to dress pink, even if I hate pink, dress pink, because it's you. I can't decide that you can't have pink. If you love pink, use pink. Myself should never wear pink. I've never been a pink person, so that's why. Uh, yeah, all the weathers had to hang together, especially when it came from a smaller town, not town, but a village in that type of case. And sometimes, if you have it living in Sweden too, so when we say town and village, it's much more smaller maybe than when you compare it with some place in UK or in US, when even their mention is very big compared with us, because we're not that many compared with some countries, because complete in whole Sweden. Maybe it's like in a bigger city in the UK, for an example. All the people there should be Sweden, but we live on a long distance instead. Uh, Hating other goths for not being goth enough. I think that's bullshit. Why should we hate each other just because someone think you're not goth enough or something? As long my minimum in myself, but I say you don't have to listen to just goth. But I think read about how the subculture started and know that it's music based from start. Of course, something some people now started to talk is not have with the music at all. But I think it's a little bullshit because it was the music that started everything. But you don't have to stick with just goth music. You can listen to so much more. I'm not just listening to goth music either because that should be boring too. Then I should love the music I already love. But if I had to pick just one music to listen for the rest of my life, of course that should be goth. But that should be boring in the end too because sometimes you want to listen to other type of things too, classical or whatever, metal music when you're angry and frustrated, punk when you have that type of mood too. And 80s music. I love 80s music, of course, because I was so young back then. So I grew up with that type of music. Of course, I'm gonna love it. And yeah, and the 80s and 90s were very different. And I think we can mainly say that it changed so much because especially during the 80s, we didn't have internet, especially not mobile phones either. So we were not in touch with people in the same way and needed to be with each other more physical too. And we had to learn to deal with people directly. And now people are hiding behind a screen. Either they show up another type of personality, or they even have a very ugly personality and think they can attack everyone because they think they're safe where they are. And now internet is everywhere, and it's people that also try to say that people should be in a certain way or this is not God for blah blah blah. People are doing videos about it all the time, and I think it's annoying. Be you. You don't have to be more. Listen to some bits of the goth music, and if you want to look extreme, look extreme. If you don't want to be extreme, don't be extreme. Be you. Mm. Yeah, there is goth music I don't like either. So it's like with all type of music. You don't have to like everything just because it's goth or something. I was listening to the latest episode from Cemetery Confessions. Unfortunately, I think the video they tried to put up because it's a pod for over 4 hours, and it usually goes up on different platforms like Spotify and YouTube. But YouTube this time it was blocked because some of the music they used for an example in this pod. So I feel sorry. I hope they're gonna win that type of things for fair use because I think it's sad that we can't use things to maybe share with others so they maybe discover something like that, or when we have to tell about something so people know what we are talking about, because sometimes it can be hard to tell about some music if people don't know what they are, and to try to let someone during a podcast have to google it up to listen to the pod and then still listen to what the podcast is telling you. So they were talking about those type of music, and even music that they couldn't really get into even if they were calculated as goth during that back time, and even how hard it is sometimes to be which was what was, because sometimes band climb in little different directions, and today you even have those that goes outside the umbrellas or take inspirations, and I'm not against that because I think it's fun. I think it's fun with the gothic metal and goth metal and that type of things because they take inspiration from the darker side and maybe from the goth elements too, and they do it their own. So why should we just be locked inside this box all the time? I am not that as a person either. I have other type of interests too, even if many of my interests are shared by people that are like me. But I'm also a living person with my own interests and that type of things. So I don't want to be this box that some people try to say to people they have to be, else you're a poser or you can't be a goth. Uh, yeah, but like I said, if we don't like those elitists and that type of thing, we don't really have to. Sorry, I need to drink. I think my body tries to say me something. So I think listen to yourself. If you don't like what a person tells you for the moment or something, you don't have to take it in, and you don't have to agree with everything. It's like with life. Something that works for one person don't work for the next person. So if we just use our brains a little more and don't just listen to some people that think they are over here. So do your own choices. Make it you. I think that is most important. Make everything you. And if you are into golf and that type of things, make it you too, because it's about yourself. It's about your self-expression. If you're not the person that likes to be extreme all the way out, you don't have to. Because I don't think that makes you golf anyway. Is because you can listen to. I could, if I didn't hate country music, I could be listening to country music and still look like this way. But of course, the people that listen to country music should think, oh, she's weird. She don't look like us. She looks like someone that prayed to Satan or something. You know. I think it's just the same when they try to tell you that you need to be in a certain way or look a certain way, because that's not true. Uh, I think it's because they might have so much more boring life, so they need to do this judgment all the time. I don't think we should judge people all the time. You can have your input if they say things that are wrong, if you know the facts for real, so they just don't try to pretend and fool people about something. But only if there are things they are telling is directly wrong, then you can do it input. That don't make you a elitist or a gatekeeper or something. That is just that you want to teach what's the real fact. But else, I don't give a damn about those people, because some people say I'm not golf enough either because I don't look extreme enough and I'm too old. And it's not about age. Yeah, and it's like I said, music take influences from everything, and even musicians that are put into the goth category, because goth is so big in different go in different. You have dark wave and all that type of stuff, goth rock, post punk, dark wave I said, but you know, if you start to put everything in that type of things, then you always have that. It's just the same when I was watching a documentary about the metal music and their big things, how it started. Maybe in the beginning you didn't have so much, but even those musicians took influences from something else. And it's the same when it comes to Bauhaus and all those bands. They took their influences from something else too. And sometimes you shouldn't even believe it should be something comparable with goth, because that's how music and creation works. You take your inspiration from something and it don't even have to be something that is even close to what you're doing. So I think even that you can start to put it into other type of music, and that's why we got the mix max and something, and it's not forbidden to do that either, because even that type of things evolve. And if you like that type of things, I know that some people first started to call themselves goths and then they didn't want to be that because they were more into agrotech, and you know that maybe not the same, and industrial. But if you went to the clubs back in the days, you not to play that type of music in the club. So if you like it, like it. You're not less goth because you like that type of too. We are different and we have so much interest, and even when it comes to the music. Yeah, I agree with you. We should appreciate the roots from it, and if you know the roots, then you are goth enough for me, because that's the minimum for being a goth, I think. So it's have nothing to do with how you look like. Know the roots and then make it what you wanted to. So, and don't just listen to the people that say you're just not goth enough and that type of things, because there are always people that gonna think that you're not goth enough. So that's sadly. And to change the subject, Summerween. Have some people started to buy things for Halloween type of things, but it's Summerween like they call it now. I know UK and the US been already long way before, but I saw yesterday at Dollar Store that they now started to pack up Halloween stuff. And when I went around the corner and saw it, I was, oh my gosh, now already August. Yeah, I was so happy, and I even bought some stuff too. So, good morning, Mike, and thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful week too. So yeah, it's Summerwind. So I got a new friend to my Grim Reaper. Some people maybe have noticed that I sometimes have a Grim Reaper. That, and I think when people come and do some work in our flat, they maybe be a bit scared when they're coming in with all that, especially when they see the Grim Reaper. But now I have this big, huge skeleton too. So maybe we should go. Do you want to see him? I can go to another room where it is. Ah, it's always sad when you broke things. But I think we can go and take a look at my new, and maybe you see a little bit of the flat too. Right now, just me. I can see if I can turn the camera. So there you got Grim Reaper, as usual. And it's pretty big. But yesterday we found this one. And this is a big one too. I have the back so you can see the size. In Swedish, I think it's around 150 or something at least. So I really love it. And yeah, this is our flat, not a big one. My working station on this side. Sorry, I go and kick the feet. Here I usually do my creation. So I have a lot of things. It's tidied up for a bit. On the other side, usually Travis is, he do a lot of models. So it's our little flat. And he like typo negative too. And like I said, we have a lot of different decorations, and there is the lamp I had done my do-it-yourself project on, for example. And I like animals, and I do like, and of course you can see is the shared English and Swedish home here. And of course I got lots of my jewelry and everything, and this. In emergency case, I got that from my friend Jan too. And the latest thing I got from her, I can see if I can get it out. She actually sent it this one. Somebody know who this is? At least if you're a kid from the 80s, you should know which this one is. And she ordered that from, yeah, you're right, Craig. My friend in UK actually ordered that from a person. I don't know if she is from America or that, but here you see a lot of jewelry. I have made them myself. Of course, I have lots more. And I do like do my blood bottles, my whimper bottles, like I called. And yeah, so I turn it back now. So we go back. We go back to the little room, the bedroom. So that was a little tour. Maybe not that fancy like some people have, but it's my home. So yeah, Adamant, he was cool. I was not old when I was listening to Prince Charming or those things. I love those songs. Oh. I have a great day, Mike, and thank you for watching. So yeah, I was very happy when she actually bought those type of things too, and she even sent me a pin from Vision Video Band because he went and watched the concert when they were in UK too. Don't remember which of the concerts she went to, but I got this pin, so I had another badge pin on my jeans jacket too. That is not just my own things too. I love Billy Idol too. He's amazing. Security, security, security. No, we don't need any security, Gary. I think it's fine. So yeah, I have a lot of things, and I'm thinking of maybe do more patches too, for maybe not for the jacket I already have, but maybe I should see more on that one. Do you want to see my jackets? If you haven't seen them close, I can go and pick them up. So just write a yes so I can go and get them, so I can show them. Ah, you probably look very awesome back then. I'm always jealous of people that can have spikes and that, because my hair always do what it wants. Even hairdressers think it's impossible to get it in a certain way. So it's like when my hairdresser that is used to do alternative hair and everything. So I know how it look on the most of the clients, but when it comes to your hair, we have to see how the result goes. It's the same with the colors, because she know how the colors react on the most hair, but then you got mine, and mine is completely ooh. So it's always a certain thing. Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna pick up the Yeti stuff. So I'm back. I think we start with a more simple one. I haven't done so much. It's just like I had added some things on. So it got this like a chain with some wolves. I love wolves. And of course I need to have patches in my top style and badges. I know if the glare is bad here, so you can see. And it's not much on the front, but here you can see where I've been, Miss Marzipan. At least you can see I've been there. I have videos from that too. So. And this little lady is actually my own art. And I painted the bats. And then I did a print on the back side with some of the bands I liked. So I think it's a great way to show how everything looks like. And then we come to the one that have worked much more. It's bought patches on it too, but it's plenty of them that I actually have also made myself. Plus it's some gifts from friends and other things that I bought. And even from Graphic Beauty magazine box, some things. But this one, the better page I got from my friend in UK, Adam. And then I have little that. This one is bought. And the Bauhaus one is bought too. And it's actually from a Swedish guy on Etsy. Fells of Nephilim. So also bought. And those there. But that one I have done myself. Goes for Sophie. And of course they bought one on the top. But then we come to the back side. There's most of my stuff. But even if the Sisters of Mercy is bought, I'm gonna see first which one. The two Sisters of Mercy is bought from the same guy. But I decided which pick I wanted him to use for it. Because I love, if I can get everything in the big picture, I love Patricia. But then I have painted myself the rest. So here you got Massive Ego, UK band. Actually coming back because they, during a time they stopped being a band, but then actually back again with new music. They have released recently new videos and are getting hot now. Then we got Project Pitchfork, Chris Shadows, Sue from Sue and the Banshees. And those now after Sisters of Mercy is my own things. The Birthday Massacre, The Cure, Robert Smith, very young one, London After Midnight, and Clan of Simons. And then I had done some smaller one with just text, this ghosting. People that maybe know this one for Blue Tangle. And Miasma, that is a Swedish goth rock. I don't think he do music anymore. But that was the things. I had hand sew with all the stitches with white thread and everything to make it look a little more do it yourself. You met Patricia. Thank you very much, Miss Marzipan. I'm so jealous you actually met her. That would be my dream number one, to actually see Sisters of Mercy uh, doing a concert when she actually is back in the band. But of some reason, I don't think it's gonna happen. But right now, I actually enjoy to start reading the book that Budgie was writing, that Sue haven't read, at least when I was watching the interview when he was talking about the book. And it was interesting too, because some of the things I already have reading in the beginning, I didn't know. I didn't actually know how he got the name Budgie first. But it showed up that it actually comes from this little bird, because they have those birds, and that's why he got the nickname Budgie. So, anything more you want to discuss or something? Because now I showed at least that I tried to paint my own things too. Yeah, punk and post-punk is very close to attached, so it's just that they go in another way with the music. And it's little the same. I think Colex, the female vocalist in band, described the difference between the sounds from dark wave and post-punk, and that what makes the things when it comes to what you use it for type of instruments too. So if you go and watch her, I think it's just a shorts or something, but I think she have it even on YouTube. But it was a good way for people to know the difference when music are more leaning on one side, even if it's still inside the goth umbrella, so it still sticks up depending on what type of instrument they're using and which type of guitar, for example, or which type of synthesizer. Because if you play some type of synthesizer, it fits for a certain type of sound. Hi again, Nail Art Tech. So yeah, I think it's very interesting to, especially when artists are talking about those things, and she usually do very good videos about that type of things too, and she seems like a very nice person too. And she also been on stage together with Susie Sabotage. That is a person that I should like to see for real too. And I like Susie Sabotage too, because he always very nice responding back and everything. So those type of artists that can respond to people that like them and everything, I do appreciate that they take their time, because they're probably busy with everything anyway. So every moment when I got some type of response, and like Via Flash, I think it's her that I got the reason that it should be her maybe in the band that always respond, but Via Flash usually always talk back and comment back or something, or happy to see things. And Midnight Darkwave from Germany, and it's the same. They always talk back to you and everything, and show appreciation for things. So I get a very warm feeling in my body when I got that type of response too, because that means that they have actually seen that I try to spread the music and that type of things. And once upon a time, it was so much easier on YouTube too to learn or teach people about music or to find things, because it was more allowed to actually play the music too, so people can listen to it. And I think if you go to It's Black Friday, she do this 100 days of goth music. She present every day a new band, so it's sometimes band that not exist anymore, and some bands are still active. Some are old and some are new. So I think it's a very interesting thing, and I was very surprised that it actually took Miasma too, that is a Swedish band, but I know we had a lot of Swedish band too that is very good too, so it's actually nice. So I'm waiting for, see, I don't think she has said something. I'm not sure if my memory is bad, but I don't think she has said something about Then Comes Silence yet. That I know you know Miss Marzipan, because you live in the Stockholm area where they're from. So it's nice, and it's always nice with those artists when they can actually talk with a smaller person, the fan base and everything. So you feel appreciated for that type of things. But I wish that YouTube could go back a little back as it was, because now it's ridiculous, especially when you look at this podcast from Semitic Confessions, that the whole video is now blocked because probably just one or two music or one of the album that they were discussed, when they play some bits of it, so people should understand what they were talking about. So how should people discover something if they can't listen to it. And it's not that you want to let people go on links, and people are a little lazy nowadays too many times. Sorry to say that, but it seems like they are a bit lazy sometimes. So they don't want to click on next link after something. If you don't show it at once, they drop the interest or forget it. So then they maybe miss out something. They miss something that is maybe the best thing they ever listened to before. Yeah, and I heard you did, and I think it's fantastic. They seem like a good band too. I have seen them on Subcult, so I did love the concert too when they were on Subcult that year. I was there too, and like when I saw Priest and all those bands too. So many good bands, and now I forgot that other band that was Swedish goth rock band too. I follow the drummer on Instagram, but the drummer is also a trans dress cross-dresser called Annette when it's go over to that part, and it's very interesting to see that part. And I think he was in shape of Annette when I was watching their concert on Subcult too that year. Yeah, there were many good bands that year too. I saw Lebanon Hanover too and that type of thing. So, and she passed away. And the best thing with everything, we stayed on the right hotel because I was eating breakfast and everything with the bands too. So it was when he came in the mornings and they should have breakfast, the table behind you was she passed away. And, oh gosh, I shouldn't believe that. So that was amazing memory for my lifetime. I shouldn't imagine that I should live on the same hotel during the subculture because back then my health condition was not that good, so I could sleep in a tent or something. So we booked this hotel, and I never guessed that all the bands, or many of the bands at least, was staying at the same hotel. So I don't remember which one it was, but it was many bands that she passed away was the one that was often sitting in the table behind us. So, and I do love the music. It's a post-punk band from Turkey, I should say. And they are very, very nice too. They actually seem a bit shy too when you try to talk with them. So, uh, uh, that was one of the band I wanted to see, Skeletal Family. So they didn't play on the Saturday. So, and I forgot now which the other band was. It was also a big goth band I wanted to see. It was Skeletal Family. So it was something else. My memory. You see, everything just go. And I bet the moment I close this live, I'm gonna remember which band it was. But I remember it was two bands I wanted to see, but they didn't play on a Saturday. Ah, sweet to hear that. It's always nice with that type of memories. So yeah, maybe another year. We have to see if it's the right lineup and I can be off during that time and have the money too. So then it goes. But this year, don't have that much money. Trevor didn't want to go there either, and I worked other days. It was only Saturday I was off, so and they didn't have the band I wanted to see, so I didn't want to pay that much for just one day for the bands that didn't ring my bell at least. When we have so different tastes, even when it comes to the alternative music, and now it was other emo music I was now played on. Subcult that year I was, and I think they were more into what do we call that now? It's not goth music, but it's electronic. It's more dancey type of music, and she was awesome too. I like that type of thing. So you don't have to just listen to goth. That's what I try to say. Enjoy every type of music. If it's good, it's good. Hmm. So it's amazing. What are you all gonna do? Have you had your vacation already, everyone? Or are you gonna have? Or you're not gonna have anyone? I don't know, because some people maybe save it for another time. So, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy at least this day, and I think it's very nice to see so many at least watch this live directly, because I never tell people when I go live. It's only if people know I'm gonna be a part of a live stream with, for example, Star Raven, then they know I'm gonna be live. If all the technical, I usually sometimes have so big technical issue with that type of thing because she streams from another type of platform, And I had problems. Is I didn't be able to get into the live stream for some reason. Nothing worked, and it took very long time for Niles to show up. And another time, I didn't have any sound, no matter what sound. So no matter what I did, they couldn't hear me. They saw me, but so every time when I gonna join an outfit like that, I feel like, oh, I think it's not gonna work. I think if it's gonna be all the hassle again. So I think those more spontaneous one is easier because it's directly on YouTube, and I know that is gonna work, at least for me. Yeah, but sometimes you can push vacation to another part or later, because then you can maybe plan for something much better, Phoenix. Because I hope that we can go to UK next year, because that's what we're talking about the list. So this year we're not gonna travel directly abroad, and if it's gonna be abroad, it's mainly just for example Denmark or something that is easy to get access over to. Norway, I think we skip because it's very expensive. So even if I think Trevor should want to go there, but I said you need a lot of money to go to Norway. Everything is so expensive there. So and Finland is a little too far away, and even to go to the ferry. So we have to see where we go. We're gonna try to check up different places, but it's just about money and how much it's gonna cost. And if it's far away, we need to have somewhere to stay. And hotels today is not cheap, and some places are not including any food, don't even have a restaurant. So I don't want to pay that much for not even be able to buy food on the place. I need to eat. So good morning, the mad boy AI. Well, it's the middle of the day here, so it's not morning here, but it depends on where you live, of course. So yeah, so I hope that we can go somewhere. We'll talk about go to southern part of Sweden. I'm not gonna mention anything yet because I hope there's gonna be YouTube videos about it. So and I also checked on East Coast, Kalmar and Karlskrona. Never been there. I've been to Växjö, but we wanted to go to see the other places. Yeah, I guess it's morning in somewhere, and here is in the middle of the day. So that's always the thing when you are on internet. The time zones are ridiculous sometimes. Sometimes you live in the future, and sometimes someone else is in the future. Like I know Finland is before us, for an example. So and when you go to UK, you always have to think that. But I always know the time difference between the UK and Sweden because Trevor's mom is in UK still. So we usually talk with her over internet too. So then we have to know which time we're going online. So that's why I know at least that. But it's a little more hassle when it's come to other parts like US sometimes to know, because US is so big too. So you don't know where the person is sitting all the time and how many time zones are we talking about and that type of thing. So that's why it's very hard to do something that fits. And mainly when I have more time to do something is during weekends and often early in the day, because later I want to do something with my partner Trevor and not just be stuck on internet all the time. So even if I try to catch up with things, but I usually catch up in the mornings because I wake up often very early because I have my injuries and that type of things that wake me up and my eyes that got pain. So something is always waking me up way too early. So I'm not a long sleeper in the morning, at least. So, um, so I think I might end this live. I might come back later this week. I'm not sure I'm gonna tell people in advance. I maybe do like I did today, but is it around this time or earlier? It should suit the people that are here if I come, because I usually like to do it early, but I want to put it between my meals and everything too. And it's soon meal time for me again. I need to eat to be able to work as a person too. After my surgery, it's a little more keep your time. Oh, thank you very much, anti-copyrightists. Yeah, hopefully you can. There are other YouTubers that do more time that is better for some people, but I'm usually doing it in my certain time. So for me, it start do things, prep for the day. Now it's soon time for everything, and gonna have to do food too. So even for travel. He's been working all day, so I guess I have to do something so he don't have to do everything when he's been away for the whole day. And I haven't done so much for the day, more than declutter my wardrobe again, because I need to be honest to myself. I can't keep clothes I can't wear. So, but I'm not, even if it looks like on my latest videos that I always do hauls, it's mainly because I have lost so much in weight compared with what I was. So now I need to be honest to myself if we're gonna keep it, because some things don't work at all anymore. So oh, thank you very much, Miss Marzipan, and thank you for being here, and have a nice day at work too. So catch you another time. So I think I'm gonna end up this time, and thanks for staying here. Love to you all, and go Fugs, and stay safe, stay weird, and be nice to each other. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.